welcome to your second mugshots lesson. Today's is going to be pretty short because we're only learning one comma rule, and then you're going to try a practice sentence. So in our last lesson, we learned 3 different comma rules. We learned about connecting 2 independent clauses with a comma and a coordinating conjunction, and we learned the slice of cake rules, putting commas around parts of a sentence that you could take out. Today, we're going to learn comma rule number 4. Use a comma after an introductory clause or phrase. So, in longer terms, you want to use a comma after an introductory clause or phrase because a comma is going to tell a reader that the introduction has come to a close and the main part of the sentence is about to begin. This is similar to the slice of cake rule. The only difference is that the information or the words or phrases that we could take out are going to be at the beginning of the sentence this time, so we only need to separate them from the rest of the sentence with a single comma instead of 2. Let's look at some examples. Here's the first one. When Evan was ready to iron, his cat tripped on the cord. So the introductory part of the sentence is, of course, when Evan was ready to iron. We are setting up the premise of the sentence, or the condition for what is happening. To separate it from the main part of the sentence, we need a comma. Look at how his cat tripped on the cord is an independent clause. That's the main part of the sentence. So we need to separate that from the first part of the sentence, which is a dependent clause, meaning it can't stand on its own, when Evan was ready to iron, with a comma. Our second example. Near a small stream at the bottom of the canyon, park rangers discovered a gold mine. Park rangers discovered a gold mine, that's an independent clause. It can stand on its own. It's a complete thought. Near a small stream at the bottom of the canyon, that cannot stand on its own as a sentence. That's an incomplete thought. It's a dependent clause. So in order to separate it from the main part of our sentence, the independent clause, we need a comma. Here is your sentence exercise for today. In ancient Incan society, a couple was considered married when they took off their shoes and handed them to each other. So something to note about these sentence exercises is that they are cumulative. So we learned one comma rule today, but there might be some other comma errors from the past lesson that are also present in this sentence. Also keep in mind that you want to look for spelling errors, capitalization errors, but you don't want to change the wording of the sentence. So in this sentence, there are 5 mistakes. So go ahead, write the sentence down in your notebook, try to make all 5 corrections, and your teacher will go over the corrections with you tomorrow.